Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
This school year, let the Walmart app ace your kid's favorite subject, snack time. With Nature Valley Crunchy Granola and Danimal Smoothies, they'll actually wake up for. Craft Lunchables for a truly refined cafeteria palate, or Gatorade for when they take Capture the Flag a bit too seriously. Get all their on-the-go cravings delivered right to your door, just in time for that opening bell. New school year, all the snacks. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
I know what I'm going to do. Somebody else is picking up the cat. Now I'm going to sit there and chill with my iPad. That is what's going to happen when I get into it, because I am just tired of seeing this situation come up.
This is the plaintiff, Eric Crook. He says the defendant was stopped in front of his car in his big truck when a woman in a hot pink car attempted to make a turn in front of the defendant. The defendant put his truck in reverse to let her through and smacked right into his car. The truck had a trailer hitch on it, and the thing nailed the hood of his car. He said he was sorry, but he was just being nice to the cute lady in the pink car. They exchanged information, but then he disappeared. All he wants is his car fixed, so he's suing for the $1,500 it's going to cost him. This is the defendant, Nicholas Soldano. He says he didn't back up for anybody, nor into anybody. The plaintiff is the one who drove into the back of his truck, hitting his trailer hitch. The insurance company refused his claim because the plaintiff hit him, and he had no damage to his truck. Now he's changing his story in a lame attempt to get money from him today. Good luck, buddy. He's accused of a backup crack-up.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Eric Crook, you're suing Nicholas Soldano for $1,500 in repairs to your vehicle because, according to you, he backed into you. Tell me what happened.
Yes, he did. He and I were traveling eastbound on Route 347. That's in Mount Sinai on Long Island. We had both pulled up to the traffic light prior to North Ocean Avenue.
You're behind him.
And I'm behind him. I pulled about 8 feet behind his vehicle. He drives a white Ram truck, pretty late model. Had a big pop-up in the back, you know, like you to put equipment in. And the window for the pop-up was about 4.5, maybe 5 feet. All right, so I'm sure he couldn't really see through the rear view mirror since I'm driving an Accord, which is a much lower vehicle. So I'm stopped, he's stopped.
Could you see his mirrors?
I could not see his mirrors. I could not actually physically see him until we both got out of our vehicles.
You know that saying that, you know, if you can't see my mirrors, I can't see you?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay.
Well, but we're stopped in traffic, so there we are. So there's an exchange lane. It's a 3-lane road. There's an exchange lane in the middle. And a woman driver coming in a kind of a...
woman driver? I don't like the sound of that.
Well, it was a pink...
It was a pink... What do you...
Well, she was driving a pink
Oh, you're going to be
sedan.
implying she was cute, not that she was a bad driver.
Well, no, it wasn't
Her
that she
car
was a
was
bad
cute.
driver. Oh, I could only see that she had long hair. Right?
Her hair was cute.
Well, I guess it was.
Okay.
Fact of the matter was, she stopped in front of his vehicle to make a left into a small shopping center. And I'm watching her and I'm watching his vehicle and I go, no, you're not going to do that. And I started hitting my horn and he backed up into my vehicle to
Wait,
let
why
her
did you
through.
know that he was going to back up? How did you know
Because
before
I looked at her,
And she was asking permission?
and it was like she was looking to him,
Right.
right? And I could see, and I'm like, hey, I'm here, hold on a second here, right? So he backs up. You know, he had a trailer hitch in the back of his vehicle, and the trailer hitch slammed down my hood, and I could not open the hood. It was a total of the estimate was $1,800. I had the work done. I got a decent deal on it. It was done for $1,500.
Do you have pictures of the damage?
State Farm was his insurer. They took pictures of the damage. They brought out one of their claims adjusters. And after all was said and done, they refused to release the pictures to me.
That's why I asked if you had pictures of the damage. Do you have a telephone?
I didn't think to take them.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, at the moment of the accident and thereafter...
What happened at the moment of the accident? Did he come out of the car and did he apologize?
We both pulled over.
Right.
All right, and he said, oh, I was just trying to be a nice guy. And, you know, which struck me as reasonable, but I said, you know, you don't back up in traffic. And I was a little bit exasperated about it. And we just exchanged our information. He kind of like gave me a mumbled apology. He was like, oh, I mean, didn't mean to do this. And he said he would contact his insurance agency. I would contact mine. He'd file a report.
So neither of you called the
taken care
police?
of. Excuse me?
Nobody called the police?
No, you know, I had an issue myself. It was about 5:30, 5:38 in the afternoon, and I had somebody drop my cat off at the vet, and I needed to get to the vet before 6 o'clock. So, am I going to wait a half an hour for a police
Half an
report?
hour? That is you totally lowballed it. All right,
Exactly, that's true.
Tell me what happened.
I was at the light, waiting. I had just come back from a doctor's appointment for my daughter. I have an autistic daughter. And I'm sitting at the light, and I feel a nudge on the back of the vehicle. Now, it's a fairly large truck. So I look in the mirrors, I see there's a vehicle back there, so I pull over on the side of the road. I said, okay, we're going to exchange information so there's no problems later on. Nobody can claim hit and run. We all have each other's information. By that Monday, I think it was a Thursday or Friday, I get a phone call from my insurance company that somebody was making a claim against me for an accident.
Wait, he hit you?
Yes.
He hits you, and he's manufacturing this whole thing about you backing up?
Well, listen, it's a 4-lane highway, rush hour. I have pictures of the area that shows how many vehicles and how busy the area is. This is a busy 4-lane highway.
Your point being?
Well, it's very hard to even think about backing up when there's so much vehicle traffic there.
Right, it would be pretty unsafe. But he's saying that's what you did. And my question to you is, you're telling me you never backed up?
That's correct.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Are women better or worse drivers than men? What do you think?
I honestly think women are worse drivers because women tend to multitask more than men. They'll
Interesting.
do makeup, they pay attention more, like, you know, they're more distracted.
You're grinning.
Clearly worse.
Clearly who, women?
Yeah,
Because?
because they're women.
Oh, I knew that was coming. I'm gonna go to you.
They're worse.
Why?
Like she said, they multitask.
Okay, but honestly, okay, between the two of you guys, which one, when somebody makes a bonehead move in the street, and you drive up and you say, it's a woman driver, do you say, oh,
Figures.
you're a terrible person?
Sometimes.
Going inside the courtroom.
Was there anybody else in your car?
Just my daughter.
Was there anybody else in your car?
No, I was alone.
Now do you see
And I
why
never
people
saw-
stop and call the police?
You're absolutely right.
Or can I just suggest something? Because I understand that in this day and age, sitting around for 2 hours waiting for the police is not practicable
Right.
anymore. But I'll tell you what, you know that little phone you have?
Yes,
Does it tape? Does it video?
it does.
Right. So if two people want to release each other from the scene and it's not your fault, I strongly suggest saying to each other, okay, but can we just video this conversation? You know, you're agreeing that it's your fault. You're agreeing you backed into me. I don't mind not waiting for the police so long as you agree that you backed into me, and then tape it. I don't know what else to advise you guys to do. I know what I'm going to do. Somebody else is picking up the cat. And I'm going to sit there and chill with my iPad. That is what's going to happen when I get into it, because I am just tired of seeing this situation come up. Are you surprised?
No, I'm not. What's interesting to me is if he's saying that I hit him, how come he never filed a report?
Well, that's a very good question.
Right?
Why? There was no damage to my vehicle.
That's a very good answer.
But When we were talking together, I said, I'm going to file a report. He said he's going to file a report.
I don't remember that.
Right? So I still come back to that major point.
And I still come back to my major point.
Right. And I absolutely agree with you, Your Honor. My point, I think, with that regard is this. We purport to live in a civil society. In that civil society, if we make an error, we fess up to it, right? And we make good on things. And we are fair and equitable with our neighbors. That's how I feel.
It's a two-way street.
So did you back into him or didn't you?
No, I did not.
How's that working for you, that whole civilized society thing?
Well,
are you an attorney?
No, I'm not. I'm a financial advisor.
Okay.
Your Honor, my truck has very large mirrors. It has that backup camera, and it beeps.
What kind of car are you driving?
It's a 2010 Dodge Ram Dually.
And your dually beeps when you back up?
Yeah, backup camera, backup sensors, big mirrors. The mirrors are like this big. I have pictures so you know that it's my vehicle that has those things. Would you like to see those pictures?
Yeah.
It's in a progression showing what my dashboard looks like before and after.
So these are photographs of your warning system?
Yes.
And then this is a photograph of your...
One picture is the dashboard before, while it's in drive. Then there's another picture of when you put it in reverse. It then goes to the camera in the back. And then when you get to a certain feet away from anything that's behind you or something runs behind you, the vehicle beeps and chirps.
I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean you're paying attention. I mean, Did you see the damage to his car?
When I walked out, there was a dent in the hood. If you look at one of the pictures, you'll see my trailer hitch, the little ball. And that's what bumped into his hood.
Are you insured?
Yes, I am.
Did you ever tell me you were trying to be a nice guy?
No. Accidents happen.
Accidents happen. But here's the thing. This isn't a criminal case where he has to prove it beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. This is a civil case where I just have to have a feeling of more likely than not. And there's just something about what he's testifying to that has a ring of truth to me. And it's bothering me because I kind of think you backed up. In fact, I don't kind of think you backed up. I kind of know you backed up. And yeah, I kind of wish that if that's the case, that we hadn't gotten this far too. But welcome to my world, because this is all I do. Verdict for the plaintiff, $1,500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, two completely different stories, and it's the judge's job to choose one. So step on in here. She made her decision. What's your reaction?
Don't like it, but it is, and that's why we came here for that. So I mean, we've got a fair person to say their opinion about what happened.
How did you like this impassioned speech he made to the court?
You never like it when it doesn't go your way. It is what it is.
Okay, all right. Head right around the corner right here, and come on in here. Well, congratulations. I don't know what it was, but
thank you.
The judge believes you.
And I appreciate that because I realize it's a simple question of my version versus his version. And I'm kind of glad that the judge really looked at this as an issue of, well, in an honest society, we should be honest about things. And I think the key element of it was that Nick feels that this was a just solution.
Harvey? Okay, I'm going to repeat what the judge said. Take pictures of the car when you get in a crash before moving the car. The way the cars are positioned can make a huge difference. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold, soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
As a sports fan, I have to confess. Sometimes the game gets kind of boring. That's when I unfold my Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 and use multi-window viewing on its large screen. Boring game? I'm checking out my fantasy baseball league at the same time. Score still 1-0? I'm replying to emails in the other window, scoring points with the boss. Semifinals finally getting exciting? I'm buying tickets to the finals and booking my flights. Can your phone do that?
The new Galaxy Z Fold 7. Get yours at Samsung.com.
This is the plaintiff, Dorita Burgess. She says the defendant, her daughter-in-law, owes her money, which she collected from her deceased son's employer. Her Her son's boss gave the defendant money to cover the funeral expenses, and the defendant never gave it to her for the actual funeral. She's very surprised by the defendant's actions because they had a very good relationship. But the woman turned devious on her. She's suing for $5,000, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Deandra Augustin. She says she and the plaintiff's son were in the midst of getting a divorce when he passed away. She doesn't feel she owes the plaintiff a thing because they never had any discussion of funeral expenses or anything like that. In fact, when the plaintiff's son died, she treated her like she didn't even exist and has some nerve suing her here today. She's accused of fouling up a funeral.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, terrible family crisis. The plaintiff says her daughter-in-law didn't turn over the money that her deceased son's employer gave her for the son's funeral. Now, the defendant says she was about to divorce the plaintiff's son, and the plaintiff treated her terribly. It's the case of it's death, now we part.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Dorita Burgess.
Yes.
You are suing Deandra Augustin for $5,000 that you say she owes you in death benefits for your son to pay for the funeral, plus a loan that needs paying off, plus pain and suffering. Tell me what's going on, Ms. Burgess.
Well, my son was married to Deandra, and they married for like probably 4 years. And just before his passed, they were having some difficulties, which...
Your son passed away?
Yes, my son passed away on March the 23rd of this year. And just before they...
Was it sudden or?
Yes, but he had a heart problem.
A heart problem.
Yeah, and they were going through some problems. So, and I had talked to him, and you know what she claimed he was doing, and I had scolded him and everything, and you know they tried to make up a little bit, but it didn't work. But beyond that, when he passed on March 23rd, I called Miss Deandra, and we meet up at the hospital and everything, and it was like 9 of us there with my son's body, and everybody walked in and gave me a hug and was crying, except her, which is surprisingly. I mean, even if you and your husband don't have a good term, I mean, he's dead now. And so anyway, we went home and we sit down and discussed the funeral, and she sit there with us. I never excluded her out of nothing. She went with me to the funeral home. The funeral home gave us a package and asked her if this is okay. I let her pick up the casket. Me and she will look at the casket, and I let her pick it out. She goes along with everything. Every time I had something to do, I call her and said, you want to come, you want to go, whatsoever. She never mentioned nothing about money. So Did you? No, I didn't mention it to her at that time. So I keep paying, and I noticed she not saying.
Wait, who signs the contract with the funeral company?
Only me.
Oh, okay.
But she was right there. But she was mom. She didn't say a word. So it's my son. So he has to bury some way, somehow. Right. So anyway, so during the course, we're preparing for the funeral, paying for everything. She come to my house every day. We talk about it. She never say a word. My witness here called her a couple of days before the funeral and asked her what she going to contribute to the funeral. She said when she get paid on Thursday.
Come on up. And your name is?
Francilia.
And you're her friend?
Very good friends.
Okay, so, and you call her because it's kind of awkward, I guess, for you to call her. And what conversation do you have with her?
I called her the day the flowers were supposed to be picked up. And she didn't call me right away, but she texted me and let me know she was at work. Then she called me back and she said she cannot give anything that day. The viewing is the Thursday. I spoke with her the Wednesday. I said to her, well, the flowers had to be paid for. The complete payment has to be made before they can release the body. That has to be taken care of.
And she says what to you?
She said to me she wouldn't have any money until, she was not going to get paid. That's her exact words. She's not going to get paid until the following day, which is apparently the Thursday. Okay. And at that point in time,
she would give what?
She didn't say give an amount.
Oh, okay.
She did not give an amount. She will give what she, at that time.
Okay.
That was basically, and I said to her at that point in time, well, call your mother-in-law and you all clarify everything so that this could be taken care of.
Right. All right, so then what happens?
So, all right, so after that day, she come by and she give me $300. Okay, so she said that she had talked to Goldburn employer at his work, and they were giving us a benefit from where he works. So she said, soon as she get it, she's gonna give it to me to help with the funeral expense.
Okay. He worked where?
He worked for UPS.
What was the money that she's talking about?
When I called them up, they said they were going to send me a package of information to fill out for a death payment, like when you die.
It's a death payment.
Like
okay. Did you receive it?
Yes, I did.
How much was it?
$10,000.
$10,000. Okay. Did you ever tell her that you would pay her some of that?
I told her that I would help out, but I never told her an exact amount.
Okay. And then what happened? By the time the $10,000 came, you didn't really feel that generous?
No, it just.
What happened? You and your husband were like on the outs at the end?
When he was sick, well, the last few months prior to him going sick and going into the hospital, we were just living in the same space, but we didn't have any sort of relationship.
Was there a reason why?
Yes.
You thought he had a love child?
He did.
He did have a love child.
When I went to Miami.
But a love child that from during the time he was with you?
I don't know exactly when the child was born. I don't know the full details on this. All I know is in October of 2012, I went to Miami, and he informed me that if I didn't come back, he was going to go visit his daughter, and he sent me pictures of this little girl that he said was his daughter.
Okay, well, how old was the kid, and was it during you or before you?
About three.
So was that during you or before you? It was during you?
That's like the same time we got together, we got married.
Okay.
I don't know much information on the little girl. I never asked him into details. I just told him I wanted a divorce.
That's kind of weird. Your husband says if you don't come home, so you had already left on a vacation?
In Miami, yes.
Were you on vacation or were you moving? What was the deal?
Vacation.
You were on vacation without your husband. Your husband said, if you don't come home, I'm going to visit my child. And you say, what child? And you've been married to him how long?
At that point, 3 years.
That wasn't odd to you?
Yes, it was, because it was just like when I was going on vacation, I told him the whole time, I'm going on vacation, do you want to come? He said no, he doesn't want to go there, blah, blah, blah. And he wanted me to stay home. He was trying to control me. And I said, listen, I'm going to go. When I got there, he said, you need to come back home or I'm going to visit my daughter.
Or I'm going to visit my daughter. Why don't you just visit your daughter anyway?
Well, he didn't want me to know about her.
All right, in any event, things weren't rocky between you two. You get the death benefit. Are you the beneficiary on the death benefit?
Yes.
All right. So you agree that you told her that you would give her some money of the death benefit, but you disagree that you ever told her an amount. Actually, I'm not even sure she says that you told her an amount.
And we never discussed an amount because I honestly didn't think they were going to pay more than $1,000.
Right, but then when they gave you 10, you felt less generous, not more generous.
Oh.
Right.
Because it was just like when the whole time I was with her, present for her, with the whole preparing for the funeral, everything like that. I was present, but I don't know what the final tab came up to. The Sunday, my mom gave her about $500.
Put your hand down. I'm sorry.
My mom gave her about $500-$600. I'm not sure the exact amount. The Sunday, when I got paid the Thursday, I gave her $500, not $300.
Okay.
And the whole funeral went on. When his family was there, no one acknowledged me except for Miss Francine. Everybody was just like they made disgusted faces at me. I never met his father before the funeral. After the service, I went up to him. I said, my name is Deandra. He looked at me and said, I'm not interested in meeting you. So it was just like no one else in his family said anything to me or my family. We were just present.
Do you have children with him?
No.
Okay.
It was just like we were just there just to be there. And then after the whole fact, the day of the burial, we're at her house, and I'm like, can I get a program and a funeral card? Because the prayer card, I never received one. I asked his sister, I asked about 4 times. Up to this day, I can't get one. That's little petty stuff. So in my head is, you can't give me a prayer card? Why should I try to give you money now? And I never said, oh, I'm going to give you X amount of dollars to help out.
So if I've got this correct, it looks something like this. He passes away. You pick out the funeral. You sign the contract. Once that's in process, it's the day before the funeral, you say to her, look, you've got to pony something up. You send her to find out. She says, okay, I'll kick something in. She kicks something in, whether it's the $300 or the $500. And then when, in relationship to the funeral, do you find out that there's a death benefit from his employment?
Couple days before the funeral.
Before the funeral, she's the one who tells you
about. I didn't know about it. Yeah, and she said she's going to give me it to pay her because I had borrowed the rest of money from Miss Francine. And she said that she was going to give me it.
Okay. So you're suing for two things. The funeral issue, which I think we've covered, and then the other thing you're suing for is you loaned your son money for a car?
Yeah, and I think you have the evidence that she sent me the text, said that she's going to give me the money as soon as she sold the car. She already sold the car.
So did you sell that car?
Yes, I sold the car in August.
So you took it and you sold the car, and you know that
this is after I received. I never sold the car.
Did anybody ever go to court for?
No.
I take it nobody went to court for the estate.
No,
there's no
there is no estate.
No. Well, there's an estate. There's 10 grand. I don't know. I don't know if that's part of his estate or that's your benefit. I guess that's your benefit. It's not really part of the estate, but certainly the $2 grand on the car isn't the estate.
Well, the car that he had is a 1992 Civic, Honda Civic. To my knowledge, 1992.
What'd you sell it for?
$800, and nobody even wanted to pay $800. When she gave him the money for the car, I wasn't present. I didn't know she gave him money for a car. I didn't know he was getting a car. He popped up, he left, just like how he always leaves. He popped up, he called me and said, "Oh, I'm outside, can you open up the driveway gate?" I come outside and he's in a car. So you can't sue me for $2,000 for a car that's not even valued at $500.
So if this defendant said, yeah, I'll pay for part of the funeral, but never said how much, is this person responsible for paying anything?
I think she is. It all depends if she actually made a contract.
Well, that's the question. Is it a contract when you say I'll pay for something, but you don't say how much?
Depending. If that's in paper, yeah, but if she didn't, I don't think so.
Is that a contract?
Well, did she say it in court?
Well, no, she just said it to the plaintiff. I'll pay for part of it. Is that a contract?
Well, she can be held.
You got a yes or no here?
Yes.
Okay. Going inside the courtroom.
She said that she didn't know how much the funeral cost. This is what the funeral home presented the day to me and her.
Yeah, here you've got some problems, Ms. Burgesson. Let me explain to you what the problems are. You know, at best, what you have described is someone promised to help you out and didn't. That's not a contract. It's someone, and you very clearly have described that you weren't relying on that promise in order to pay for the funeral. You already had the contract with the funeral. You already had everything in motion. And then she promised to do something and she didn't. And that may make her a lousy person, but it's not an enforceable contract. I could promise that I'm going to pay you $1,000, and then if I change my mind, I don't feel like it, for whatever reason, because of the petty things, okay, then you can't sue me and say we had a contract. What you had was me saying I'm going to gift you something, and then I changed my mind about the gift. I think that the $10,000 that was the death benefit is a benefit that's paid to her. It's not paid to the estate. She's the beneficiary under it. It's kind of like a life insurance policy, and she's the beneficiary and she received it. She doesn't have to share that with you. But then on the car issue, you didn't loan her $2,000. You loaned him $2,000 and he didn't pay it. I presume that what you can do is sue the estate and then go to, I don't think you want to do all that, but then you have to go to probate court. There has to be an estate created. And then on a car that's a 1992 car, do you think that, that's because that's the only asset in the estate, unless he owned property or something else. Did he own property or anything? No. Honey, let me tell you. I know you're sad. I know you're angry. But this just isn't going anywhere on this evidence. I have to rule in favor of the defendant, and then all I can tell you is go back to grieving for the important thing. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff comes out empty-handed. Step on over here and next to me. Tell me what's going through your mind right now after this verdict.
Well, you know what? It is what it is. Life goes on, and I wish her the best. Me and she didn't have no issues whatsoever. She say in there that.
Why did your family treat her the way she described at the funeral?
She didn't get treated that way. She treat herself that way. If you come late for everything, what you expect?
All right, you putting all this behind you?
I'm putting it behind me. Okay. Life goes on.
All right, right around this way.
I'm richer for her.
All right, step on in here and tell me, you satisfied how this is wound up now?
Yes, I'm very satisfied because I know that I was wrongly being sued.
Why is she saying here now that you weren't treated like that?
Because she has a very nasty attitude and she doesn't see when she does it because that's just how she is naturally. She has a nasty attitude.
You were hurt by that treatment?
Yes, I was. Me, my entire family, everybody was just like, why were you even there?
Okay. Harvey.
Short story, the key term of the contract, the amount was missing, so it's unenforceable. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This episode is sponsored by Friskies, who would like to tell your cats hi. Now, if that didn't get your cat's attention, there's one thing that always does the trick. Just pour some Friskies crunchy food in the bowl and you'll hear those paws come running. Works every time. With so many Friskies choices, you can always bring your cats running from their secret napping spots. There's always more to explore. See for yourself at friskies.com or visit your local store.
This is the plaintiff, Shakora Daly. She says the defendant is a scammer who stole the money she gave him on an apartment she was planning on moving into, but the guy rented it to some other dude out from under her. Now, he seems to think he can keep her hard-earned $975, but she's not going to go down without a fight. No siree, Bob. So she's suing. This is the defendant, Daniel. He says he requires first and last month's rent before he lets anyone move into his apartment. But the plaintiff could only come up with the first month's payment. He gave her ample opportunity to give him last month's rent, waited and waited, but she ignored him. He had to cut his losses and rented the place to someone else. Case closed. He's accused of rotten renting.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant, a landlord, stole money from her by keeping her deposit and renting to somebody else. But the defendant says she dragged her feet, so tough for her. It's the case of, give me my jack back, Jack.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Shakora Daly?
Yes.
You are suing Daniel. You've asked to be referred to only by your first name.
Yes.
For $975, the amount owed for a deposit that you placed on an apartment that you want refunded to you, correct?
Correct.
Okay, tell me what happened.
I went on Craigslist to try to find an apartment. I contacted the defendant. We met at the apartment. He showed me the apartment. He said that he'll have it ready for me for August 1st. So I was like, okay.
And this was when?
This was in June.
Why so far away?
Because that was, well, I was looking for August 1st. And it was on a good side of the town.
Okay.
So after I seen the apartment, the defendant kept calling me for a deposit. He's claimed so many people were looking at this apartment. If you want it, I need a deposit now. And I'm like, okay, are you gonna fix up the apartment by August 1st? Oh, yeah, everything's gonna be done. I met him on...
What's everything? Did you guys put in writing what you wanted done? Did you have a lease?
Well, it was... You could tell someone just moved out.
No, I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you, did you ever put in writing with him that he was going to, redo the floors, paint the walls, whatever it is?
Yeah, it was just that the windows needed blinds. It just needed to be clean. He said, I'll clean it. That's what he said to me while I was looking at the apartment.
So it would be cleaned, and what else?
Yep, and that he has to order special blinds for the windows.
He would put blinds in, and what else?
And one of the closet doors was off the hinges, and he was going to have that repaired. And this is what he said. He has a guy that comes in and cleans it.
And in return, he needed from you how much money in order to secure the apartment?
$975.
Okay, so when were you going to have to pay anything else, and how much else?
Well, that's what I was trying to find out. I couldn't even reach him after I gave him that $975.
Why would you give it to him without knowing what's going on? I don't understand. Like, well, how do you not? I'm going to hear a different story from him because I already saw his answer to your complaint. But why would it be normal that the two of you have no plan for when you're going to give the rest of the money?
Because he went on vacation after I gave him the money, and I called him and I texted him, and I was asking him, and he said once he gets back from vacation, he will meet with me. Okay. He never met with me.
Okay, can I see the texts and emails and whatever other correspondence you have between the two of you? You then, on what day, go by the apartment because he's not answering you?
I have the text message, because I texted him while I was at the apartment.
Because when you get there, what do you see?
I see that someone's already living there.
Someone's been sleeping in my bed, right?
Yes, that's exactly
Baby Bear.
what happened.
So you walk in there and you see that the apartment's rented out.
And I actually spoke to the new tenant.
And what did you say to him?
I said, are you supposedly cleaning in here? That's what I wanted to know.
Did you see, wasn't there furniture around and stuff?
Well, I wanted to pretend like I was going crazy.
Did you pull it off well?
Obviously not, because he was living there, and he said he just moved there.
Okay. And now let me hear from you.
Your Honor, it starts off that I did do a posting on Craigslist in around June 21st.
Can I see it?
June 24th, I did a posting on Craigslist to advertise for this apartment. It stated on the ad that I require first, last, and security required.
Okay, and did your ad say that as of August 1st?
No.
Okay.
No.
So where did she get that? Where did you get that his ad said as of August?
I'm going to go in. Oh, I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm trying to show you the
How about we just do one well?
Because I have the email from the Craigslist that says August 1st.
Okay, let me see that.
That's what it was advertised.
Your Honor,
I'm looking at the advertisement. It doesn't say that, but let me
Because
see the
he
email.
had several advertisements, as me and the new tenant found out.
Okay.
For this one apartment.
Did you at some point say to her that you'd rent it to her August 1st?
No.
No.
Okay. I have I don't. Well, it's
No. Find the message you say proves that he was renting to you. See, it's critical.
Okay.
Because let me show you why it's critical. As of when were you renting to her?
July 1st.
And why did you rent it to somebody else?
Because she didn't come up with the money.
When was she supposed to come up with the money?
By July 1st.
Okay. See why that text to you saying August 1st is really important?
I got it. Hold on.
All right. While she's looking for that, do you have any email or text correspondence between the two of you that shows that she was supposed to have the money by July 1st?
No, I have them right here, Your Honor.
Okay.
What text do you want, Your Honor?
Here's the issue, folks, in case I haven't made myself completely clear. I am trying to figure out who is lying. She says that she was supposed to rent it as of August 1st, and therefore she had until August 1st to bring you the money, and that you rented to somebody else because you could. In which case, you'd be breaching, and you must return her money. You say, that's not true, Judge. She was supposed to be renting from July 1st, in which case she didn't come July 1st with the money, as she admits that she didn't come around until end of July, and therefore she breached. So not only do I get to re-rent it, Judge, but she forfeits her deposit. Right. So now I need you to prove your versions. I need you to prove you were supposed to get in August 1st. I need you to prove she was supposed to get in July 1st. Got it?
Okay.
Okay,
awesome.
Well, I contacted him at the beginning of July, and he told me, I got the text right here. You do not have to contact me. I see your telephone calls and I see your texts. This was in the beginning of July. So
okay.
if I was supposed to
That's
get
good.
money,
Let me see that, and let me see what you got.
Right here.
Where'd you go on vacation?
I was in the vineyard.
How long were you in the vineyard?
Just for like 4 days.
Well, he told me he was
When were you in the vineyard?
I
just
was
like saying vineyard.
July 4th, 3rd to the, I think it was the 7th.
Okay. So on June 28th, hello, Danny. I did not get the keys. Why would you be getting keys on June 28th if you're not supposed to go in?
Because he said I could go in and clean it.
Then you answered July 8th. I got your missed calls. I'm on vacation. I will call you later on tonight. She says, thank you. And then she says the next day, because I guess you didn't call, I know you're on vacation, but will you be around this weekend? I would like to give you the rest of the money for the apartment and clean it as well. This is in July. And you on July 8th tell her, I got your missed calls. I'm on vacation. I'll call you later on tonight. That's July 8th. She keeps texting you over and over in July. Please call me. I don't know what's going on right now, but this time I would just like to get my money back. That's on July 10th. I will find another place. Please contact me. Hello, Danny. I'm trying to find out what day we're going to meet, Friday or Saturday. Call me when you get a chance. And you're not answering her. July 24th. Hello, Danny. Please contact me when you get a chance. You answer July 24th later on in the day. I'm working till 5. I'll call you after 5. Then she texts you at 6:35. I am trying to reach out to you to find out what day we can meet or the apartment is not available. Let me know what is going on. And you're just not answering her. Why are you not answering her?
Your Honor, I would call her back. I don't do texting. I would literally call her back. If it's not showing my call, I'm not texting
well,
her.
it'll show in your missed calls or whatever. What kind of phone do you have?
I have an iPhone, but I don't know how to do it. If you,
I do.
You're
Send
welcome
it over.
to.
May not keep it.
My kids can operate it.
Does she need a code?
No, no code.
Okay.
July 30th. At this time, I'm going to stay at my current address. I will not be needing to move into the apartment. Please contact me so I can get my deposit. At this point, I'm starting to think I'm being jerked around. I will give you until tomorrow to contact me. It doesn't sound like you're calling her and talking to her because you don't do text. It sounds like you're ignoring her. I'm talking to Jason. I'm calling the police. Who's Jason?
Jason's the new tenant.
I will just see you in court. Thank you. I hope you know what you did is called fraud. You will be served with papers from the courts. This was your choice. Thank you. When did Jason move in?
The 28th of July.
Well, why are you telling her all these, the 26th of July, all the stuff should be out by Sunday? I'm expecting keys on Monday. Does that work for you?
Because Jason was already there.
Why are you texting her that?
I don't honestly know, Your Honor, why I text her that.
Well, that doesn't sound like you don't expect her to move in August 1st, does it? I can't meet tomorrow. I can still meet Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. What are you meeting her for? To return her money or to rent the place out to her?
I was going to return her money. She has nothing since the day one. She was supposed to give me the money by July 1st. She never did. Okay? As you see on one of her original texts, she's looking for the keys.
Right. Well, the good part is if you would answer, because I know you know how to text, because I see your other text.
Well, I actually don't, Your Honor. I speak into it.
No, I can't give you the keys till you pay that. Like, I wish there was something on your part saying to her, what are you talking about? You're supposed to come up with the money on July 1st. You know what I think happened? I think you kept her in the wings. Then you got the Jason guy who was a sure thing, and he moved in. And so you just took Jason, which is fine. It's a good business decision, I guess. But then why are you keeping her money? So I'm kind of not getting it. Do you have her actually in your phone under a name or no?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Did you ever find, by the way, the email back to you that August 1st would do?
It was an email that you had to email him from Craigslist, and he would respond back to you.
So where are you going to find it? How are you going to find it?
In my emails. It comes back to your email.
Go ahead and take a look at that.
Unfortunately, my phone just died.
Oh, no.
As I was in my emails.
I kind of want this, so court is in recess, okay?
All rise. So if she doesn't come up with a balance, does he get to keep her security? What do you think?
I think he does. Do I have to say anything else about it?
What do you think?
No.
Why?
Because it's her money. She didn't take the apartment.
We will find out about that going inside the courtroom.
Okay. After that recess, were you able to find the email that you said you had in your email account?
I did find the email, but the details of the Craig's advertisement, it expired.
Lady, can you prove it or can't you? No, the answer is no.
No.
Okay. So now I'm left to my own resources. When I look at the texts that are back and forth in the month of July, I expect a text from you that says, I don't know what you're talking about. You were supposed to pony up the money July 1st. It's July 8th. So sorry, I'm re-renting it. I don't see that. Then later on in the month of July, 1,000 emails from her. She's chasing you to make sure, I just want to make sure everything's all right, that I'm going to be able to move in. And your answer is, I'll call you at 5, I get off work. Then at 6:35, she calls you again and says, look, I just need to know what's going on. I'll call you back later. I know exactly what you're doing. You're stringing her along because Jason hasn't surfaced yet. Then once Jason surfaces, you decide you like Jason better than her. He's got the cash flow. And so, boom, you're out on your butt. That's fine if you choose to have one tenant over another, but you don't get to keep the lady's money too. Return the lady's money with interest. $975 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
And so just like that, the defendant comes out here on the losing end of this case. Step on in here. Why were you so hard to reach?
I wasn't hard to reach. I kept calling her.
You kept calling her.
That's correct.
And she kept texting you saying, why aren't you calling me? Why would she do that?
She couldn't come up with the money.
Right. And you weren't waiting for somebody to show up that you could rent to?
No, I had several people that wanted the apartment.
Okay, right down there. Okay. Okay, so step on in here. You satisfied how this comes out?
I am. I really am.
What do you think was happening here?
I really don't know, because I thought he was a good guy when I first met him, and then I could feel that I was being jerked around.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Well, he's headed back to the vineyard. Harvey?
There's a maxim in the law. The law abhors forfeitures, which means if there's any way of looking at it so the person gets the money back, that's the way the judge will rule.